now. Hi friends, we are live now. Hello friends, we are live now. Hello. Great. So thank you, Tanmeet Oberoi, for letting us know we are live. Please keep texting so I know that, yeah, you are getting my voice and you are able to follow what we are trying to say. As I said, this is the first live telecast on art. And art plays a very integral role in our life, not only for our mental peace, for our creativity, for our. And please share it because it's the first time, especially when you are talking about international art. So Tanmeet, if you could help me by sharing this and all other art lovers who are here. So this is the first piece. Okay, let's start now. So I'll start with this one, the black and white. Now this black and white pattern, as you can see these dots. These dots, they all have a significance. These are very significant dots. You can see indigenous people, it's a very ancient art. So in those days, they use natural dyes and colors. And the picture, if you can see, is a kind of a view from the helicopter. It's a helicopter view painting, right? So the artist is trying to show you something as if she's flying in the air and she's looking at the earth downstairs. So just imagine you are in a helicopter, you look at the earth, what do you see from the top? So this was the indigenous art, which was created many, many, many years before. And it still exists. And look at this now. Look at this color. Can somebody tell me what they can see here? Please keep texting. Make it interactive. Can you see what? Any guesses? What are you seeing in this pink painting? I know Rishabh is here. I know Tanmeet is here. Mr. M is here. What do you guess? Is it kind of a vegetable? Is it kind of an animal? Is it like just dots? Please tell me, what are you guessing here? You can type in Hindi, English, whatever you want to type so that I know what you are thinking. Now, somebody said round circles. Rishabh, fantastic. You said round circles. That gives a good point to start. Eyes, very good. So somebody said eyes. Somebody has said top view. Okay. Okay, so I'll tell you this is like wells. So just to explain to you, this is the water body. So if you were in a flight and you're looking down in a desert, you'll see some water bodies, right? So this is the accumulation of water. It is not the eye. So what happens, these indigenous people, like thousands of years before, octopus tail. Okay, wow, interesting. I never thought of octopus tail. Good thinking. Mirage, yes, it is right. It is actually like a mirage. Mirage is like water. So these are water wells. Rishabh, because you're an art lover, I want you to share this link. If I share the link, the videos will pause. So please, Rishabh, share it to your friends. And Tanmeet, please share it to your friends. Right? I don't want to share the link, otherwise, again, it will go on a video pause. Okay. So these are water bodies, and just imagine somebody walking in this path, right? And in desert areas, they want to drink water. So now this is a path they go, there's a well, and people will sit around the well. And not just people, I'm going to show you some animal footprints also. So in the next one, I'm going to show you the animal footprints, okay? What do you think of the color combination? Look at this. This is a very unique painting because normally if you see the indigenous art is always earth colors like black, brown. But this one, the artist has been very, very experimental and they have used these very unique colors. Normally, when you go to Australia and you want to buy this art, you will very rarely come across such vibrant colors. And again, look at this one. Look at this one. Again, you can see these are squares. Again, a very rare art. Very, very rare art. You can see these squares. Now, indigenous art, you will mostly see are known as dots. While I'm speaking to you, please go on Google and search indigenous art. This will make more sense to you, the people who have not been introduced to international art. This is a very historical art, indigenous art. Aboriginal people. Search these words, Aboriginal, indigenous, right? And look at the images you will see. So this is a self-learning for you. What I'm speaking, I'm just introducing you to this international art. Okay, now coming back to the squares. Wonderful squares. You can see so many colors have been used. The pastels. Go and search on Google. You won't find many pastel color arts on indigenous. Okay. So there you go. So I've shown you these three. I want to take you to some other areas of other paintings so that you have some more idea. Let me take you to the wall with another art. Okay. So now look at this. Anybody knows what is this? What do you think is this? Just guess. Look at the colors have changed. How the colors have changed. I showed you the pastel colors. Now this is a river. No, it is not a river. So in the circle, what do you think is this circle? And what is this? Any guesses? These symbols? It's not Egyptian art. No, this is, we are still talking about Aboriginal art. It's not Egyptian. It is Australian art. As I was telling Rishabh, if you can go and search on Google, what is Aboriginal art? Aborginal, Aboriginal art. Okay, so this is one. Let me show you the other one, then we'll come to the discussion. Okay, what do you think is this? Do you see any change in colors? The color pattern has changed, do you think? Tanmeet, what do you think is this? These dots. What does it look like? Please keep guessing. What do you think it is? Does it look like a road or a snake? Yes, somebody guessed snake. It is not a snake. That's the answer which I get most of the time. Tanmeet, this is definitely not a snake. Let me come back again on this. And now, here. What do you see here? Do you think this art is going to make you travel to Australia? How many of you would want to go and see this art live in Australia? Would you like to go to Australia to see this art? Okay, and then one more. The last one I'm going to show you and then we'll talk about them. Now, what do you think about this one? What do you think about this? क्या लगता है आप लोग को क्या बना है इसमें? कैसा लग रहा है आपको? क्या बना है इसके अंदर? Somebody has said, really artistic. Right, it is definitely artistic. देखिए पास से देखिए आप इसको, पास से देखिए डॉट्स को. एरोज, राइट. किसी ने बोला एरोज. बिल्कुल ठीक बोला. ये एरोज बने हैं. बिल्कुल ठीक बोला आपने. ये देखिए एरोज बने हैं. और गैस करिए और क्या चीजें दिख रही हैं आपको इसमें. और ये सब विलेज में बनाई हुई आर्ट है. अंजलि, map. No. It is not a map. Yeah, it is a kind of indication. Okay, let's come back to the one which everybody said was snake. Okay, now this is not a snake. Okay, this is not a snake. So what is happening? This is the arrows. These arrows are leading the women and the children and the indigenous people or the tribal people. They're taking them on a path. They're taking them on a path where they're going to find some water. So most of this art would be related to some kind of a travel or some kind of reaching to a water body where people are hungry. They'll go and watch there. But the beauty of this rare art is, look at the pigments. Now these are the natural earth pigments. Look at that. Can you see? Do you appreciate it? These are the natural earth pigments. They derive from the various kind of earth, desert, stones. They grind the stones. They take out these pigments, like very much like our. Look at this. Look at this. Very much like a tribal, you know, the caves. In India, we have caves, right? If you go to Madhya Pradesh, there are caves which have a lot of etchings and paintings, right? So these are all collector pieces. This kind of art, if you go to Australia, you'll get it directly from, you can go to the villages, you can go to the remote mountains and hills where indigenous people live. So please search about indigenous people who make this kind of art. Okay. Now this one was very interesting. Now these are the feet mark. Yes, these are the feet mark of the animals. So in the desert, there are kangaroos, there are emu, and these animals are now walking, right? They're walking towards the water. So this is the water, right? And each is a symbol of an animal. It could be emu, it could be kangaroo. Again, this thing, right? So look at this. Look at this, right? They're all very, very symbolic. And all this is desert. Remember, this is all desert. There's nothing. This is just grain, nothing. If you were lost in an Australian desert, there'll be no water, there'll be nothing. People eat ants to survive, right? And then this is a place where you collect the water, and this is the water hole. Obviously, I'm not an expert, so if any indigenous people are there or anybody else knows better, please put it on the comments or correct us if we are wrong. I'm just telling you when I bought this art and the information I was given in Australia, right? And they are very mentally therapeutic. So if all those who are liking it, if you go and research on this topic, the indigenous art, you'll see how the art can influence your thinking just by symbols thousands of years before this was created, right? And do you see the gradation of the colors, how this artist, and most of these artists have never been to school as well, like they're in their 60s and 70s, for so many years they're making art. Look at the gradation they have created, how the earth is changing, right? Only when you research it, you'll understand more. So we spoke about these animal feet. We spoke about this road or the pathway where people go. Okay, this one is again full of lot of symbols. Like there's an arrow, a big arrow, right? Obviously, a lot of this meaning is hidden. It's a very mystical kind of paintings. They have a lot of meaning into it, but you have to actually meet the artist who can explain it to you. Look at this pattern. Can you see this pattern? Look at this pattern, right? Look at this pattern, right? How difficult it is to make this pattern. And there's no rubbing, there's no, like once it is, a mistake is done, they'll just do like extra dots. You can see there are extra dots here. Everything is like, they do it in front of you. Now this work can be made in like 2 days or it can take a month. It depends on the artist's mood, right? Sometimes they just make a little bit of it, they leave it. You go and see a half-made painting. You ask them what is the meaning, so they'll tell you this is water, this is well. Rest of the things you have to actually figure out yourself what this art is depicting, and this is the beauty of the art. Now, other than the meanings, look at the pattern. Now, I want you to focus on the pattern. Look how they put the red color on the side, because they didn't have a kind of a framing system, so they just made, if you can see, a red kind of a, right? There you go. You can see the right pattern. Okay, now, how do you find this art? Please put your comments. Is this different from the others I showed you? Look at the kind of the scale. Look at the experiment this artist has done. Look at the scale, how much. And you know, this is the only way they make their livelihood. A lot of these artists, they live in deserts. They live in Australia, there are a lot of deserts. If you go and search center of Australia and look at the kind of barren land they live in, barren land. Look at that. So they make different patterns, they make different kind of art, so that so before we finish it in another few minutes, I would love to hear from you. I've been speaking, I want your comments. Understand what did you like today about this art, and I might take you back to those the initial three which were very atypical. They were not the typical. This one is the typical. Right. This one is a typical indigenous art. But let me take you to those rare ones, right? Which are not very typical. Let me show you the rare ones. So this is a very rare art. Then this one is a very famous artist. Again, a very rare piece, just black and white. And then look at these multicolored. Right? So today I'm sure the introduction to the indigenous art will help you research more, learn more about this wonderful technique these artists use. Maybe you'll compare it with your own country art. If you have been exposed to the tribal art in India, there is a lot of art which has this dot pattern. So I hope this has put some curiosity in your minds, and you'll like to maybe see this video again, research a little bit about the indigenous people, about the art it comes, the history of the Australia, the indigenous art in Australia, what is happening to revive this art, right? And if you want to collect this kind of art, just go and search the prices. What kind of prices are these art for? Some of these small works are still affordable. You can still afford to get them maybe in like $300 to $500. Some of them can be like very expensive, millions of dollars too. So if you're an art lover, if you're a student of art, and if you think you want to research more about indigenous art, please do let us know in the comments, or in the once the live is over, we'll put it back on the channel, and then you can all look into it and let us know. Somebody has said hello to us. Please tell us, Charan, you have written hello. Do you like art? Are you an art lover? Anybody can describe what they do, so we know the participants. Were they all artists? Are they doctors? Are they students? You can type in Hindi, English. ये जो आर्ट है ये आप सबको हमारे जो आर्ट टॉक्स हैं उसमें आपको जोड़ने के लिए ये चैनल में लाया गया है. Exploring Latitudes, as the name says, is all about understanding different cultures, different things around the world. और ये चैनल के थ्रू आपको बहुत नई नई चीज़ें जानने को मिलेंगी. And Charan, you are an artist from 6 years of age. Wonderful. We would love to know your comments. What do you think of this art? Which one is your favorite among the three, Charan? Can you tell us? So this is the pastel shades, this is the black and white, and this is colored with wells. These are, Charan, you have come late. These are water wells. These are depicting water bodies. So in the desert, when people get lost, they go and find where the water is. कुआं, जिसको बोलते हैं कुआं, और यहाँ पे सारे जानवर, इंसान सब यहाँ पे आके बैठते हैं. तो ये जगह जो है डेजर्ट में, रेगिस्तान में, यहाँ पे लोग आके बैठते हैं, राइट. और ये अलग अलग शेड्स जो यूज़ किए गए हैं ये भी सिम्बॉलिक हैं. ये सब बड़े ट्राइबल शेड्स हैं, बहुत सारे इसमें सिम्बल्स हैं, राइट. सो anybody else wants to interact before we are going to wind up this session? It's first time for us, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of sculptures, there'll be a lot of art, there'll be a lot of different elements from different parts of the world which we are going to cover. And then I hope when you go back and look at this live video, as it will get published soon, please put your comments so we can improve, we can discuss more art. We are happy to invite more artists and more students. Every college, every university, every doctors, physiotherapists, whether, you know, whichever industry you are from, I know you all have friends who are into art, and then just share this link with them. Maybe they will be happy to speak for us. And maybe your artist friends who are looking for an opportunity to join some kind of creative platform or be in a community of art loving, travel lovers, they can all be part of this channel. Many thanks to all the students who support this channel. And yes, thank you, Tanmeet Oberoi, for your support. You have been, I know you have been sharing it to your friends. And Tanmeet, is there any final comment you want to write about the art you saw today? What did you like the most? Just one line each, everybody. What did you like the most in this art? Let me take you back, those who joined late, to the art which I think you guys missed, the snake one. Tanmeet loved this snake art, I know. This is the snake art. Charan, have you seen this, the snake art? And then we have this kangaroo feet and emu. Emu is an animal or a bird in, and that is this. And somebody said, looking very raw and pure. That's right, Tanmeet, you are 100% correct. So you see, just by feeling these textures, this is very, very therapeutic. Right? This is very, very therapeutic. Looking like a pathway. Yes, Sharon, you're right. It is actually the pathway, this white thing. So what is showing in this, that the women and children in the deserts of Australia, just imagine you were in Australia 5,000 years before. There was no food, there was no electricity, there was nothing. How would people know where to go? So these people, the tribal people, they follow these paths. And when they follow these zigzag paths, they come to like a water body where they can eat and they can drink. And in the water body, they are like pure water, right? And Varun Singh Chauhan, you are an art lover. I know, Varun, you have been waiting to come on this live channel for a long time. Varun, please tell, what do you like in this art? You go to museums a lot. You are an art lover. Varun, what do you think? What is the most appealing thing you like it here? Friends, please share it to your friends in universities and colleges who love art. They could be scientists, they could be technology people, but art is something which brings everybody together. So next time we'll be talking a little bit about the Bengal art. This is the art from Bengal, right? Today we were speaking, Varun, about the Australian art. So you may not be able to see this kind of art easily in India or many parts of the world. You know, the patterns are embellishing. Varun, that's a wonderful English you have written. You know, this is an educational channel. All of you, whether you do mistakes or whether you don't feel very confident in live things, but be interactive, because the time you're spending here, you might learn new words, new techniques, right? Because Varun, you have come later, I want to tell you, these are kangaroo feet, emu bird feet. So all these animals are walking towards the water. They're thirsty, they come here, and then the indigenous people, the tribal people, will come here to hunt them. So suppose these birds were coming here to drink the water, one indigenous man will come with an arrow and kill the last bird, right? So they never kill the bird in the front, right? So they'll kill the last bird. So if the last bird, the emu or the kangaroo, was killed, then others are still walking towards the water and there is no disturbance. But just imagine, if you kill the first bird, all the birds will fly away. So people will remain hungry. Are you getting it? Did you get this? So this was a technique. They killed the last bird. So these people, the tribal people, were standing in the bushes behind. This is the water where the animals are coming, right? And then they put the arrow to the, ये last चिड़िया को या last जानवर को ये लोग तीर से मारते थे. और जब ये तीर से मारते थे तो ये जो फूड जो निकल के आता था, ये यहाँ पे जो जंगली या ट्राइबल्स या जो लोग बैठे होते थे आज से 4-5 हज़ार साल पहले, वो इस वाले चिड़िया से खाना खा लेते थे. इसके स्किन को वो लोग गर्म करके पका के खा लेते थे, राइट? और ये पैटर्न्स देखो. वरुण, डू यू लाइक दीज पैटर्न्स, द कलर्स? Okay, and just those who joined late, I want to show this beautiful. This is one of the most beautiful, very different. Look at this. Look at this longitudinal pattern, right? So, did you guys enjoy the live telecast today? Did you learn something new? Would you like to collect some art like this? Yes, Tanmeet, it shows the extremities of the world. You're very right. And Varun, you have written, indeed, this is a very deep art. One can find many meanings. Yes, Varun, that's the reason we want you to subscribe and share it with your friends. You have a lot of friends who are lost in thinking. They are struggling with their lives. They have seen very little in the world. They only see what they are exposed to. But once you get exposed to these kind of, patterns, art, cultures, you start thinking really broad. You come out of your own small struggles and you think, wow, this is the world. World is so beautiful. And I'm very thankful to my technical support and my friends, very brilliant founders of this group, the young Indian founders who continuously are helping this channel to move forward. They're bringing a lot of youth energy into this by editing, by technical support, by giving us ideas. As one of you, yes, these are available in India, but they're very expensive. So if you are an art lover, go on Google and search the price. Varun, do you want to look at the price? So you can buy it online. This is the collection. This is my personal collection as an art lover. And I want to speak about art of various forms, like indigenous art, Indian art, American art, Native American art. You can see our previous telecast on the Native American, right? And Google is full of indigenous art, but they're very expensive. So these are smaller ones. Obviously, we are not millionaires. We cannot afford to have really big $1 million art. So this would roughly cost like $200 to $500, this particular size. It also depends on the artist who's making. So like this one, mostly they'll put a signature behind. Let's see. So it says Shana Napanga Williams, right? The size of this art, as you can see, this comes from Varalukurlungu Art is 4G into 30G. So this is the size. You can see how they have framed it. And one of the reasons I bought it because it was framed, it was easy for me. I just could carry it in my suitcase. The size was small. But I know when people come, they really buy huge pieces of art. Some of the art will be very huge. So I just showed you behind this. Let us see who made this art. It's even many years since I got this. So this is again Charlene. This is artist name is Charlene Nelson. So you can see this is a woman artist. A female artist has made this. And again, this is from the same gallery I got. It is called the Var Lukurlungu artist. So if you want to search on Google, just go and search Var Lukurlungu gallery. Okay. And sometimes you can even search the artist name, Charlene Nelson. You can go and search for Charlene Nelson. Guys, I think I'm the only one here. I am not seeing any interaction. So maybe it's time for me to just wind up. If you guys have learned today what I was trying to show you, that's nice. Otherwise, you can always go back on a channel and see, feel these dots. Look at these textures, right? But one thing is for sure, if you start looking at this art, it is a meditative art. So a lot of these artists, they meditate, and when in meditation, they have dreams. And they put their dreams in the form of art. So they don't know how the dots are going to go, what colors they're going to pick. So it's a very much like a meditative art. These patterns have their own symbols, right? Okay, so it's time for us to say bye-bye. And I hope that this session was useful. And in our next session, if I have some more indigenous art, I'll try to find some more indigenous art and speak about it. If you guys show interest, I might even do a little bit more research. I just love them. It's part of my collection. I've given a lot of gifts to my friends. When I was in Australia, I would just buy these art. A lot of this art I just bought to support the artists. There were a lot of artists who need support. And I could just buy small art to support them. But over the years, it's like 10 years with me now. And I've started understanding, how they speak more to me now. कई चीज़ें हमें आर्ट में उस टाइम समझ नहीं आती हैं जब हम लोग लेते हैं, धीरे धीरे आपको समझ आना शुरू होता है कि किस तरह से ये जो हमारा आर्ट है, ये एक ह्यूमैनिटी, एक सिविलाइजेशन के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. और इस तरह के सिंबल्स के साथ आर्ट बनाना, जानवर के सिंबल, ये जानवरों के पाँव हैं, राइट, ये पानी है. अब ये चीज़ें जो हैं धीरे धीरे धीरे, ये हेलीकॉप्टर व्यू है. चलिए ये एक लास्ट चीज़ बता देते हैं आपको, ये हेलीकॉप्टर व्यू है. तो आप अगर हेलीकॉप्टर में, एरोप्लेन में होंगे तो आपको नीचे धरती कैसे दिखेगी, बताइए. ये धरती ऊपर से देखी जा रही है. तो देखिए उस ज़माने में तो हवाई जहाज भी नहीं थे, हेलीकॉप्टर्स भी नहीं थे, पर ये आर्टिस्ट हज़ारों सालों से इस तरह की आर्ट बना रहे हैं, जब तो टेक्नोलॉजी भी नहीं थी, राइट. तो कितना वो मेडिटेट करते थे और कैसे विजुलाइज करते थे कि अगर हम हवा में उड़ेंगे तो हमको नीचे धरती कैसे दिखेगी. ये देखिए जानवरों के पाँव, ये जानवर चलते हुए आ रहे हैं पानी के पास. अनबिलीवेबल. इसके ऊपर बहुत राइटअप है, बहुत लोग रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, ये पैटर्न्स पे रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, पैटर्न्स का क्या मीनिंग है, ये कलर्स ऐसे क्यों चूज़ किए जाते हैं, राइट. और ये फैमिली टू फैमिली ट्रेडिशन में इसको ये लोग फॉरवर्ड करते हैं. ड्रीम व्यू, येस, विजुअलाइज दिस आर्ट एंड पुट अप ऑन द बोर्ड. आई डिडंट अंडरस्टैंड. सो वरुण, यू हैव रिटन विजुअलाइज दिस आर्ट एंड पुट अप ऑन द बोर्ड. आई थिंक वरुण यू आर फ्रॉम रिसर्च बैकग्राउंड. आप अपने रिसर्चर्स को ये लिंक शेयर कर दीजिए और उनसे पूछिए कि ये क्या है, ये क्या उनको समझ आ रहा है, ये क्या चीज़ बनाई है. अच्छा, एक और चीज़ होता है, आर्टिस्ट थोड़ा सस्पेंस रखते हैं. तो आप किसी भी जैसे इन आर्टिस्ट से मैं पर्सनली मिला हूँ, तो जब मैं इनसे पूछता था इसका मीनिंग क्या है, थोड़ा सा बता देते थे कि ये कैंगरू के पाँव हैं, ये ड्रीम, और ये ड्रीम वाला जो वर्ड आपने लिखा है ड्रीम व्यू, ये हमेशा बोलते थे वो लोग कि ये ड्रीम व्यू है. सो अभी जब ये हम लोग अभी इसको पुट कर देंगे इसको चैनल पे, आप लोग कमेंट्स में डालिए. आप लोग को बहुत सारा इन्फॉर्मेशन मिला होगा गूगल से, वो कट कॉपी पेस्ट करके आप कमेंट्स में डालिएगा. ओके, चलिए, इट्स टाइम टू गो. वी स्पेंट like 30 minutes with all of you, and I hope lot of people could not join today, but later as you share this link and let others know, we would love to have some Indian art also. अगर आप में से कोई लोग हैं जो इंडियन आर्ट के ऊपर बोलना चाहते हैं तो आप हमारी क्रिएटिव टीम से कांटेक्ट करिए. आप कोई म्यूज़ियम जा रहे हैं, अगर आप दिल्ली में किसी म्यूज़ियम में जा रहे हैं, बॉम्बे जा रहे हैं, अफ्रीका जा रहे हैं, कंबोडिया जा रहे हैं, if you are in any museum, if you want to make some videos and send it to us, our editing team will be very happy to edit it and put it on the channel. It's your channels for knowledge, for information, for connectedness. Please use it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to close it now. Bye bye.